Well, Leon, congratulations. Great to have you here for the first time on Austin City Limits.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here, man. It's dope.
So tell me, Leon, how many months ago exactly was it that you were still busting tables at a restaurant in Fort Worth?
Yeah, actually, this day last year, I was still busting tables. Um, it's crazy. To go from playing to 10, 15 people around town to that growing. And being on this level. Is um, definitely definitely mind blowing.
So you didn't really start making music even until what, about 3 years ago, and you taught yourself how to play guitar.
Yeah, about 4 years ago. I started out, just kind of self taught guitar, and still ain't no guitar player, but it's a great tool to write. In the beginning, I was really focused on dancing. I was studying dance in a little community college over there in Fort Worth, and eventually met some guys who were really passionate about music, and I was always a singer, and so that was just like an open door for me to really kind of develop that.
Who were some of your favorite singers?
Yeah, around that time, it was a lot of the modern guys, like Usher and 112 and Genuine. Even as a kid, I had always knew of soul music. Like I actually started to fall in love with it when I first saw the Remember the Titans movie. Just hearing it in there, but still, um, of course, I was mainly listening to a lot of modern R&B.
And hip hop.
Yes, indeed. When I finally started to listen to soul music heavily, it's like I was like, why isn't there anybody really like doing this golden R&B sound? And at the time, I didn't know anything about the revival movement, and so um, I was just like, because I want to do something more than just listen to it. I want to try to, recreate it in my own way. My mother, she always taught me um, to really like, always focus on what's important and to not get caught up with like temporary, things of this world, and just really um, instill those values, in me as a kid, and so it's cool to take that, with me now, in this new life, new platform. The fact that I'm always traveling, and meeting a lot of new people, being different places, and the fact that I can come back home to Fort Worth, Texas, to where people knew me before, I was, out in the world, and where family, my family is, and so um, that's what the record is for me.
And it keeps you grounded. I'm sure these past few months have been like a whirlwind, dream come true, however you want to put it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I just really, with my music, I want to be able to bless other people. I want, and it's not about, you know, making money or if someone was to take everything away from me right now, I'd still be content that I have some, my own songs and just playing music.
And like you said on the stage tonight, part of your goal every night is to make people feel happy when they leave.
Indeed, and if I don't, then I'm gonna cry and run off the stage.